Complicity is cowardice in Babylon's system. I've gone over this time and time again. These people have a serious mental weakness. And the more they push and try to show dominance, the more weak they are. Bear with me. It is like a little nerd who's been pushed around all of his life until he's at the breaking point. As soon as he has a network or people working for him to do the dirty work for him, people that have his back, so to speak, now he comes out like he's super tough or something. But that energy he's using to portray himself, to misrepresent himself that way, is that kind of nervous energy, kind of pussy energy. He's a nervous wreck. And that's how the New World Order is. That's how secret societies are. That's how a lot of gang members are. That's how gang stalkers are. All gang stalkers. They are cowards. They could not stand on their own 10 toes. There's no way around it. Reminds me of the Illuminati sacrifice, right? These nerds have created a system where they can actually feel like they're powerful and tough. That's all Masonry is. When you look at the Illuminati sacrifices, it's a way of pledging allegiance and showing a higher level of dedication. That much is obvious, but you have to look at the specifics. Specifically, when they get involved with their families, they're putting their families in jeopardy by messing with people, gang stalking them, and abusing kids and stuff, and they're likely to get hurt. By killing one of your family members, it shows that you have dedicated yourself and your family to the best of your ability to the New World Order. And not only are you willing to risk them without hesitation, but you're willing to kill them. It's a very powerful message and has a very powerful psychological effect on the coward who rises through their demonic ranks by being a pussy-ass scumbag. Kind of like a hypergamous slut who's willing to prostitute herself to the highest bidder. And she has a long record of doing so. And from a demonic perspective, she's earned her satanic right to be a rich ninny whore because of her history of practicing being a harlot and riding the beast, like riding the goat. God-forsaken cunts. So no, never respect a female with a lot of money. Just like never respect anyone with a lot of money, but especially a female. Because in our society, it is particularly disgusting to see a female be quote-unquote financially successful. They'll try to twist it with all kinds of bitch shit, but we all know they use their pussy power to get there. We all know that they're sluts that suck dick and fucking, maneuver throughout the network by using their female charm, the feminine influence. We all know this. So they can try to make it about something else. Well, you just don't want to see a woman more successful than you. They love saying this liberal bullshit. But we all know damn well that they are fucking groupie, bopper cunts. Some of them might be a little clever. Some of them might be straight A students. But it doesn't change the fact that it wasn't their qualifications that gets them where they want to get. It is them being a fucking whores and teaming up with feminist sluts and eating fucking lesbian feminist occultist pussy that gets them where they want to be. Never, ever forget that. When you look at the stories and the parables in the Bible, there are different lessons and conclusions you can draw. Yes, the 666 has relevance in numerology. It also has relevance in sacred geometry and other relevance as well. And of course, the mark on the forehead, on the hand, also has relevance, but this has to do with your philosophy, your thinking, and your works. Your hand symbolizes your works, your architecture, your creations. So there's many lessons to be learned from it and many meanings. There's different levels of it. and all of them are important. For example, a whore riding a beast. Absolutely, it means that a woman who has prostituted her soul and her body, who is having sex with rich, soulless men. Because a beast is powerful. It is not powerful because of spiritual power or martial arts excellence. It is powerful because of material power. It's kind of, this natural evil, if you will. It's a beast. It's not a civilized, righteous man. It's a beast. Like the occults. A beast might come off as, pretend to be domesticated and then turn you on you one day and, because it's still a beast. It's a wolf in sheep's clothes. It's a ferocious beast pretending to be civil. And that's what all these rich, ninny, occultist people are. And it is their philosophies that brought them to that point. So whenever you're looking at someone who isn't Christian, almost by default, they're bad people. However, there are some exceptions. Those people who see the same message, some of the same message that Christianity is sending in different religions, and they cling on to those things. They can't cling on to them as tight as a Christian can, but, they can have somewhat good qualities. There's different degrees of being a beast, a heathen, a sellout, a pagan, and what have you. It's very sad. Very, very sad. I do not believe for even a fraction of a second that what is happening to my eyes is just some kind of late onset coincidence. I'm the guy who points out all these things that they were looking for in MK Ultra and how they overlap with psych meds. They did this to my eyes, and they don't give a shit if it's temporary or permanent. Just like they don't give a shit if psych meds and their side effects are temporary or permanent. The decision for whether someone, should wear glasses or not is up to them. If you can still function, and you decide that, you don't mind your vision being a little blurry, fine. It's the same thing with psych meds. Let's say, for the sake of argument, mental disorders are real. The shrinks know what they're talking about for the most part, which they don't, but let's say they did. Well, everyone has mood issues. We all get moody at times. We all get grumpy, cranky, and what have you. Irritated, agitated, frustrated, pissed off. Should we all be on psych meds to limit the frequency of our moodiness? No, these are decisions for the individual. No one should tell you when to drink, when to smoke, if to drink, or if to take psych meds or not. This is a decision for a grown person to make on his own, and he should accept the consequences for his actions. If something bad happens, if he honestly did whatever it is, if he's actually responsible, he should accept the consequences for it. These are, no one has the right to tell you to take these things. It's like no one should have the right to tell you whether or not to wear glasses or use your crutches. They can advise you. What are they going to do? Tie you to your fucking bed if you don't use the crutches? Say, look, you're not healing right. It's your choice. As long as you're aware of the consequences, the potential consequences, then why the hell should you listen to what anyone says? It's fucking stupid. And the argument that you might hurt somebody is completely irrelevant, especially coming from them. They're soft killing millions of people. Their actions are causing horrible, tragic deaths every day, thousands and thousands of them. How can they then turn around and say, well, you're going to have to take this for the people that you might hurt, when they are hurting millions of people every year? No, that argument holds no weight, especially when it's being made by them. My goodness, you're the rich people killing everyone. And you want to force medicate political dissidents because of what they might do? Or anyone else for that matter? It's nonsense. Shut the fuck up. The fuck are you talking about? The moment we live in a world where we're afraid of what someone else might do, and to the point where we're plotting against them secretly and helping the government drug them, it's cowardice. It's anti-Christian nonsense. A Christian is not afraid of a terrorist blowing him up. He's not afraid of being struck by lightning. It's in God's hands. These cowards want you to be afraid and to be submissive and complacent and complicit as a result. It's fucking common sense. You want to live like a fucking pussy, pencil dick coward? Or do you want to man the fuck up? And all you gender feminist whores, you hypocrites, do you want to truly manifest manly qualities, which I personally disapprove of, but let's face their hypocrisy and their double standards, shall we? Then why are you a coward insisting that mental health is correct? Quit being pussies. I'm afraid he might hurt someone. I'm afraid he might hurt me. What fucking kind of bitch shit is that? We all should make our own choices, and we all should be ready to defend ourselves from other people who make bad choices, whether they're quote-unquote mentally fucking ill, or whether they're criminals who can't help themselves, like the vast majority of offenders and elitist dogs. Liberals have the weakest argument I have ever heard in my life when it comes to this gun control bitch shit, when it comes to this drug bitch shit. No one knows more about self-defense and violence and threats than I do. No one. No one. For these pussies who know nothing about violence, who know nothing about protecting yourself, to fucking pretend to know better makes my stomach turn in ways that you would not believe. Those fucking cowards. Those ignorant fuck. Society is run by liberal, progressive, sissy cowards and their complicit butt buddies on the right. It's like a motherfucking, man and woman, some, fake tough guy, neoconservative is the man in the relationship. And then he has this bitch on the fucking left, some fucking feminist whore. And they're both control freaks, and that's part of how they got acquainted and how they related to each other. How they relate to each other. And they're bossing us around because they're fucking scum. Neocon trash. Liberal progressive garbage. In this society, our main concern should be making the world a better place by spreading love and so on and so forth. But the way things are set up, our main concern must be addressing the root cause of the problems and doing so by any means necessary. These are mass murdering dogs. So hopelessly lost, so hopelessly selfish. One thing they almost all have in common, which disgusts me, just absolutely disgusts me, why they pretend like they're the selfless ones. They say, well, this world is a horrible place, you may as well make the best of it. They all pretty much see it that way. Even the most powerful amongst them. They say, well, they're going to do this anyway. If I'm not doing it, it's someone else. I'm making the best out of it in a way that everyone else wishes they could. A lot of you watching this probably see it that way too. A lot of you shills, a lot of you perps. I've seen a lot of good-looking women just completely sold out. And it's their role to pretend to care. Like somewhere in their demonic being, they do care. But they're so lost. I can tell this. As soon as I see, a rich female, automatically, she's sold out. She emphasized being normal and so on to get to that point. It's kind of like, looking at a temple that's built, a satanic temple. And the female is standing right next to the temple she built. And she's like, well, I know how you feel. I said, if you know how I feel, Why did you build that satanic temple with that altar and, these very intricate and complex designs? Why did you spend so much time getting to that point? Why? How could you know how I feel? But look how far you've gone down that wrong path. You don't know how I feel. You didn't spend your life agonizing over the actions of godless scum. You spent your life building the New World Order. Playing your fucking part. Building your little bits. Fuck the grand design. Fuck all you sissies. Fuck your fucking philosophies. They're all wrong. There's only one truth, and that is in the Bible. And those of you idiots who say, well, the earth is not flat, and, animals evolve. Who gives a shit if they do or not? It's not the moral of the story. There's many meanings here, and it seems like all of them have gone over your head. The Bible shows a superior philosophy. It doesn't matter how the animals got here after God did his magic, if you will. A single-celled organism evolved into all these things. Maybe. Maybe they bred and they changed over time and, the biology and so on. Who fucking cares, really? The Bible is not about evolution versus creationism. The Bible is about the moral of the story. The Bible is not about a spherical earth versus a flat earth, a round earth. It is about the morals of the story, the morality. It has been said quite often that you can pretty much discard the Old Testament and focus on the New. There's a lot of truth in that. However, there is a lot of truth in the Old Testament when it comes to morality and, combat, battle strategy, rules of engagement, and so on and so forth. It is so disgusting to me to see these cowards, these utter weaklings, pretend like they know something, pretend like they're right. They're all selfish, conformist cowards. They shouldn't be leading anyone anywhere. They don't deserve where they are. Completely evil. It's bad enough when people take your rightful place. Mine and a lot of other good men have had our rightful places usurped by lesser forms of life and less deserving creatures. But when you know that they're the most evil, demonic, selfish, trash, cowardly, conformist dogs on the planet, that is unbearable. And if you could let it go, there's something seriously wrong with you. If you can let it go and just live your life, if you can go through life and enjoy yourself without addressing them first, there is something seriously wrong with you. You don't know how to prioritize at all. All you know how to do is think about yourself, go along to get along, consume, conform, and obey, and other despicable actions as a result of detestable philosophies.